Hi everyone, so I'm Kudam Nemo from Epic Energy. I'm here in Mutare where we have installed a 500 kilowatt system. So we just want to go through it, give you a bit more information, so that if you are interested in commercial projects, you can consider us as you do your setup. So we'll go through the system, show you everything, what we installed and how it's all interconnected to make this gigantic system that is powering a warehouse here in Mutare. And if we don't get to catch up, I just want to wish you happy holidays, drive safe and be safe out there. But do follow us and check on our work. We provide a lot of tips and ideas as it comes to solar energy solutions. And so we up the loads of that capacity, and so as you can see, this is the setup that we have. So we have our load breakers, we have our grid input, and we have our battery here. You can also integrate this setup to make it an on-grid with a generator involved as well. Then we also have our LED for setting it up and configuring the system. So with this setup you can actually do remote monitoring of the entire unit off-site. You're able to change settings, you're able to restart the unit if need be. So this is to restart the unit if need be. So this is the first section. So moving to the other space in here. So this is more of this is where everything is interlinked. The inverter and the battery array, which I will show you shortly. So this is our display. Currently this system is running purely off-grid. It's generating solar power and the loads. So we actually have the battery bank and the solar array supporting this entire facility. We switched off the power just to make sure we run it with foolproof. If you want to consider powering a factory, if you want to consider powering a warehouse as massive as this one, I'm sure we'll just roof in just a minute. So it also goes to power up the solar array on the roof through our firefighter suppression system. I'll explain that technology in a bit. Through the UPS. So this UPS here, it powers the fire suppression unit which is within this container. So what it basically means, if there is a fault with this solution or there's a fire of sort that is happening within the container itself, automatically it releases some gas to make sure it shuts off, because this is a massive unit with a bigger battery bank. So you always then want to make sure you have a fire suppression unit to safeguard against fires, against over voltage and things like that. So everything is integrated through this display. If that firefighter is not on, automatically you can't switch on this unit. So when we're switching it on, we have to make sure this UPS is operational and the firefighter system is operational, so that it gives us a green light to say now we are good to go to switch on the inverter. Then the system starts operating. But beyond that, you can't run the setup. So just to showcase part of our battery bank. So here is the battery bank. So this compartment and behind the back side of the container, we have 4 clusters of the battery bank. This is amounting to 802 kilowatt hours, which is a lot of capacity for evening use. You can actually run a load of about 50 kilowatts consistently overnight without this battery bank switching off. So what it means is that if you are going to reduce your load, to cut it by half, maybe 25, you are expecting a holdover of 2 to 3 days. Let's say there's no good sun outside. So so this is our setup here. As you can see, this is cluster number 1, cluster number 2. The green light, it shows that the battery bank is functional and we do have an inbuilt air conditioning system. So this is what cools down the battery, because as it charges, you can hear that sound here. It means it's just trying to generate some air to cool down the batteries. So let's just make sure this is closed right here. So behind us again, there's 2 more clusters of this battery bank. So let's just go behind so that I can also showcase what we have. So here we also have our MPPTs for charging batteries. So this is another back end door. We are not going to open it, but this is where the other battery bank is set up, the other 2 clusters. So if you follow me here, what we have right here is our end of this site. Currently, I think they are operating at about 100 kilowatts load, but once the property is fully functional, commend load management in those aspects. So just to go through our MPPTs, so right here we have 2 MPPTs, 9 sets that are feeding here to make the 370 kilowatt power. But the way our system works is very smart, because with the firefighter system, that firefighter system, we connect our array into the firefighter system first, then from the firefighter system it comes out and goes into the combiner box. So the only way the DC power is generated is when the firefighter system gets an AC power. That AC power is generated by this container. So basically what it means, the moment the inverter shut down and there's no AC power going to the top to energize the firefighter solution system, it basically means that the combiner box are not going to produce any power. So it's necessary, especially if there's a fire, if there are any surges that may happen, automatically the solar array disconnects, and also the battery bank also disconnect. So this unit is linked up with the firefighter system. So the moment I press it from the solar array, then the moment it's outside, so basically that's what we have. So thank you very much. So basically that's what we have. So thank you very much for